Hey folks, welcome to Testing Hacks. Today we will discuss about the types of functional testing we have in software testing. So before we begin, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Let's begin. What is functional testing? Functional testing is a type of software testing that validates the software system against the functional requirement or the specifications. The purpose of functional tests is to test each function of the software application by providing appropriate input, verifying the output against the functional requirements, which means that functional testing is majorly based on the black box testing technique. It uses black box testing technique to find the defects. Okay, so functional testing is one of the major testing that all the companies do perform, okay, to find the defects. So let's see what are the different types of functional testing we have. We have unit testing, smoke testing, sanity, integration, white box testing, black box testing, user acceptance testing, and uh, regression testing. So all these are the different type of functional testing. We will go through each of them one by one. Firstly, we have unit testing. Unit testing involves testing unit, testing of the unit of code separately to make sure that it works on its own, independent of the other units. Okay. Suppose there is a block of code. Suppose say it can be a for loop or while loop. You will check that for the given input whether it is working properly or not. So you will divide the modules into piece of code. You will divide it into modules so that you will test each of the separate unit. You will test, that is known as unit testing. Unit testing is an action used to validate that separate units of source code remains working properly. Even with different set of unit, it is working fine or not. Okay, before integrating all the things, first we have to make sure that that particular piece of code is working fine or not. Next, coming to smoke testing. Smoke testing is done whenever the new functionalities of software are developed and integrated with existing build that is deployed. It ensures that all critical functionalities are working correctly or not. Smoke testing is also known as build verification testing. So when do we generally perform the smoke testing is when, suppose you have already an existing code and also you have built some other new feature for it and you are going to deploy it. So once you deploy it, what you will do, you will integrate that with the old code. Okay, the new changes you will be integrating with the old code, I mean the existing functionality. And then once it is deployed, you will make sure that it is working properly or not. So once you provide the build for the new features, that is when you will perform the smoke testing. Next, coming to the sanity testing. Sanity testing is a type of software testing that is performed after software build is received with changes in functionality and code. Okay, so generally build with the changes in functionality and code. And sanity testing is performed in order to assure that the bugs have been fixed and there are no other bugs originated with the new changes. Majorly when we will perform this sanity testing is, suppose you have already reported couple of issues. Okay, you have you, and now it's time for you to retest. That fix has been given and it is time for you to retest. So that is where you will check the defect, and along with that you will perform a kind of sanity check that it has not broken anywhere. Okay, and it is and it is an assurance that bugs have been fixed and there are no bugs originated with this changes, with this defect fix. That is when we will do the sanity testing. And most of the people get confused between smoke testing and sanity testing. Smoke testing is actually a subset of acceptance testing, which is a subset of acceptance testing, user requirement testing. Okay, whereas the sanity testing is a subset of regression testing, where whenever you the defect will be fixed, then you will perform the sanity testing. Generally people will get confused between smoke and sanity, so keep this in mind. And next is integration testing. Integration testing is a software testing where individual units or components are combined and tested as a group. Okay. In unit testing, each of the unit we will be testing. Okay. Whereas in integration testing, we will integrate all the separate modules as a one, and then we will test it. Integration testing makes sure that the interactions between different components of the software are working fine. Okay, suppose say we have a separate module A and separate module B and separate module C. Okay, which were actually different, and once we integrate it, we have to group them as together. I mean, we will integrate them as together and put all the code together, and then we will test it, which is called as integration testing. Suppose say we will take an example of Facebook. When you log into the Facebook, you will see the home page, right? So here login page is one module, and once you navigate to home page, that is one different module, and from there you can navigate to friend request page, or else the notification page. Not notification, that drop down kind of thing, you can navigate there, and also you can navigate to your profile. So they are different. While developing, they will be developed as a different unit, and then it will be merged. That's where you will perform the integration testing. And coming to white box testing, white box testing is a type of testing technique that mainly examines program structure and derives the test data on the basis of program logic or code. Okay, basically, this white box testing, usually what we will be testing is the internal structure, how the code has been written. That is what will be examined with respect to white box testing. And also it is also referred with the names like clear box testing, open box testing, path driven testing, structural testing. There are lot many names called for white box testing. If you want more details about white box testing, I have already made a video about it. I will leave the a link in the description box, please do check out. And next is black box testing. Black box testing is a technique of software testing which examines the functionality of software without peering into its internal structure or coding. The primary source of black box testing is a specification of requirements that is stated by the customer. Majorly, black box testing is a type of testing where the internal structure, in white box testing, we were keen about the internal structure, how the code has been written, but in black box testing it is completely of how the functionality is working. That is where the black box testing comes into picture, and there are so many different types of black box testing. Do check out the video that I have made on black box testing. I will leave the link in the description box for this as well. And next is user acceptance testing, which is also known as UAT in short. It is a type of testing performed by the end user or the client to verify that the software system before moving to the software application to the production environment. Okay, and it is a final stage of testing performed during the software development life cycle. Okay, and UAT is generally performed by the client. And also there are two different types of UAT testing. One is alpha testing, which is performed by in the companies or the organization environment by the testers. And next is beta testing. You might have heard about the beta version and beta testing. What is beta testing? So beta is a version wherein a specific, you know, the same code and the production code will be deployed in only one specific location, and then only it is available to only that geographical location. It is, before releasing it to the worldwide, only with the respect to geographical location it will be deployed, and those people will test it, and they report the issues if they find any issues. That is where beta testing is performed. And next, coming to last in the last or kind of important testing, which is also known as regression testing. Regression testing verifies that recent code change haven't altered or destroyed the already existing functionality of the system, which means that you have already a existing code and then which is in production, and now you are adding additional features to the existing application, and you're making sure that by adding this new feature it has not broken the existing one. Okay, regression testing is performed when there is a code change in software application. This change in code needs validation before it is made live. And it is also really important, and it is given so much of preference that before it goes to production, we are making sure that existing one is working perfectly all right. If there is anything that comes up, only rather than testing the new features, the old features should also be given some kind of attention, right? Or else if something breaks there, again it is a difficult thing to fix it in production. Rather than it going to production and breaking things there, we can make sure that it is working fine by performing the regression testing. So this is about types of functional testing. And if you like the video, please do like the video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.